had a nice week off heading into this week. What did you end up doing just throughout the week?
Well, a week or 2 days, but we had a full week of training still. So we had a really good week last week, and then had a couple days off this weekend. And it was nice just to kind of be able to recover a little bit and get some new energy going into this week and to the next few games that we have coming up.
Obviously, the last game was a heartbreaker for you guys. How has the response been just throughout that week of training last week in terms of coming back from a game like that?
Yeah, it was tough. Obviously, getting scored on in the 98th minute or whatever it was is difficult, and we felt like that game was ours to take for sure. And so I think now it's just kind of given us that new motivation, that new energy to not take anything for granted, not expect to win any given game, but just know that every game's difficult and that we have to bring it every single game, and that we're more than capable of getting the result.
2 games into the season, it's been a progression of performance. Obviously the result in Portland was one thing, and then you get better at home. How have you seen the progression of this team just very early on in the season?
Yeah, well, we're new, we're young, but it seems like ever since preseason began, we have this hunger and desire to come together collectively. That we have kind of this underdog mentality where we know what we're able to achieve, and now it's just up to us to kind of prove that to everybody. Um, and yeah, we just got to take it one game at a time and show what we can do.
How much has Seb kind of played a part in that role in terms of making you guys have that underdog mentality and kind of being ready to play and coaching you up, if you will?
Yeah, he's been great. I think the whole staff in general has kind of done more than enough to make us confident in ourselves and believe in what we're doing here and kind of trust the process. But now, like I said, it's just up to us to show that and perform when it matters.
For you personally, obviously this is year 2 for you now. It was a very interesting year for you, just in terms of kind of playing a new position last year, understanding the league. Heading into this year, how have you felt in terms of where you were last year compared to this year, and what's kind of the biggest thing you've learned just from playing?
Yeah, rookie season can kind of go one of two ways, I think. And I had a lot of ups and downs, but overall, I was able to get good experience and learn a lot and just take in a lot of information. So now I feel like I'm in a spot where I've got that experience, and now I've been given opportunity, and it's just kind of time to, play with confidence and do what I know that I'm capable of, and just execute.
Playing in that midfield role, you've played with a number of different players this year. For the last couple games, you've been playing with Carey. How was that different from playing with a player, say like Viv, just in terms of their play styles and how you kind of have to learn where they are, what they do, etc.
Yeah, it's different playing with different people for sure, but just having the ability to train every day with people in different roles, you kind of know what to expect from each other and each other's tendencies, and then it's just kind of maximizing the, the most out of each other and playing to each other's strengths.
And you see all the rookies that have come into the team this year, and kind of how they were, how they are where you were last year. How much kind of advice have you been able to give them in terms of just from what you learned last year heading into this year?
Yeah, I now that I've had a year, it's kind of nice to know where they're coming from and what they might be experiencing, because last year I felt like I didn't have as much of that. Obviously me being the new one, I didn't feel like I felt like I was kind of alone. Like I didn't know if anyone else knew what I was experiencing. But it's nice to be able to relate to them and kind of just talk to them and help them through the first year and kind of know where they might be coming from, and just to try and help show them what they can do, and just know what to expect. And I feel like they've done great. We have a great environment here, and our culture is awesome, and I think it's just a really growth um, a big growth environment where everybody feels comfortable to kind of ask questions and learn and develop.
Looking into this weekend, what are you kind of expecting from this game again back at home?
Yeah, like I said, every opponent's tough, and we're gonna have to be at our best to get a win, no matter who we play. But we know what to expect from Gotham. We just started going over some things about them today, and we know that they're going to be quick in transition as well, and we know what we need to do. But I think we're more than ready for it.
All right, Seb, had a week off from the last game, or I guess 2 days in training. I guess kind of looking back at the game now that you've had some time to reflect on it, what were the biggest kind of takeaways from you for that game?
We look like two different teams from the team that played against Portland and the team that turned up against LA. Obviously, disappointed after the result. Performance was good in terms of work ethic and desire and attitude, but at the end of the day, we have to win them games at home. We have to win games at home, and it's another learning moment for us. We felt like we were the team that was going to win the game. We were the team that wanted to win the game, and we fell short. So yeah, we reflected. We did video sessions. We've had time on the field, which has been good. Again, the effort of the players has been tremendous, and we're looking forward to the game on Saturday.
Talk about those learning lessons. How have you felt that the team has kind of taken in those lessons over the course of the last couple of games? Obviously, it's playing in Portland is very tough, and you talked about the learning lessons there. But how have you felt that the team has kind of taken those in and really responded?
It was good. I mean, you know, going back to the Portland game, we went there and had more possession than Portland. Obviously, we didn't get an end product, so we were very aggressive against LA, and we had more end product. We had more shots and chances, and it's just bringing it all together now. Again, this is going to take time. It's a new group of players. The building relationships over the course of the season, and they're in really high spirits, and they know that they can go into games and compete with some of the best players in the world. So, you know, again, learning moments is only going to take time, and we build on it.
Kind of looking ahead to this week against Gotham, a team that you're very familiar with. They've rebuilt, retooled a little bit. What are you kind of expecting from them?
Again, they're going to have to bounce back from their game against OL Reign. They're very experienced. They got some big names, and we have to be mindful of that. We have to be aware of their threats and their qualities. But again, the focus is on ourselves. We have to bounce back. We need to get points on the table. We need to give the fans moments to be excited about as well, and really show how far this team has come in the past weeks and months over pre-season. So again, it's another game that we feel we can go out and win and be competitive and build from that.
Do you feel the biggest focus needed to be in training this week, just in terms of preparation for this game?
Just going back to our principles, our identity, who we are, that we spoke so highly of in pre-season. Going back, we had a successful pre-season, and really like showing this is who we are. Like I said earlier, two different teams, last two games, we have to bring it together. We have to be as threatening in the attack as we are trying to keep the ball out of the net as well. And just keep reinforcing that message. So that's been the main focus. Obviously, there's areas that we need to really focus on, but again, going back to our identity and who we are is most important.
I ask you about Mikayla. Last year came in as a rookie, kind of learning a new position, learning a new role, and learning a new league. How have you felt her progression is just in terms of from last year to this year, and how do you feel that kind of she's taken upon that role as an eight in this league now?
Yeah, I mean, all the players have been really good, and they're open to new ideas, open to new positions, new style of play, new systems. We want to get our midfielders on the ball. We want to use our midfield. We want to play through the lines. We want to try and utilize every player that's on the field and play to their strengths. And she's done it tremendously well, along with a lot of other players. I wouldn't single one player out. It's a real team ethos on how we want to play, and it's going to take everyone to get 3 points.
And last question, I wanted to ask you about Ali Krieger announcing her retirement. Obviously, with Gotham coming up, you've been around her for years now. Just want to get your overall thoughts on Ali and her career.
I mean, it's an outstanding career to go as long as she has, playing at the highest level and consistently performing. You know, it's a credit to her and all the work she's put into it. She's a great human being as well. You know, I've got a lot of time with her, spent some time with her. You know, working on areas that she wants to improve on, even with the experiences she has. And you know, she's a testament to, you know, the players in the league who've played throughout all the years, and you know, it's a tough one because she's obviously our opponent, but you know, we wish her all the best in her new career after this season, and you know, credit to her, she's been brilliant.
Go, Jordy. Yep. Nice, Jordy. Clean.
Thanks, guys. Nice, Marty. Yeah. That's all. Go on.
Good, Malia. Recognise space, Vivian. Good, well played. Malia. Good. Good, Malia. Well done, Malia. Good. Play Maka. Good. Good, Erica. Go, Maka. Be patient. Good, well done. Well played. Yes, here we go. Step in.
Outside! Yes, Haley Hansen!
Fire it, Bree! Bree, good.
Great finishing. Guys, let's work on. Yep. He's on, Malena. Second ball, finish.
Finish!